All right, everybody, welcome back to Divulgence. Today, why are you gay? Today we got Ryan Dawson in the house. What's going on, man?
My favorite Ugandan phrase. It's such a great interview.
Oh, for sure, man. It's a classic. How are things, man? What's going on? Not much
I am
going on.
enjoying watching some of these Epstein pedos get forced to resign, and Peter Mandelson's homes were raided in the UK.
I saw that.
You know he's got CP because
Oh,
you know he
he's
does.
got some pizza boxes lying around for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And the thing is, they had such a long time to just expunge everything and wipe their devices clean, and
Oh, for sure.
these files dropped and they wait like a week, and then now we're gonna raid properties. Any of these perps are idiots if they didn't start cleaning house as soon as the files dropped. But they engage in so much of this dirty stuff that I don't think they can get it all. And digital
Yeah,
forensics can go through and get some things even if they've been deleted. So we'll see.
you would think that they would have to like replace devices, right? Do some like complete hardware and software replacements.
Well, it's kind of the nature. It's the psychology of these pedos. Like they store all these pictures and films like trophies. They probably won't even look at again, but they just have them like porn addicts,
Yeah, like gives them power.
Money laundering and all that. He's doing it for so long. I don't think he would even know where all of it is to delete.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that was part of the blackmail. It wasn't always sexual blackmail. If he helped you, if he greased some palms, let's say, so that you got lesser punishment for something you did, like the Rothschild's bank money laundering out of Malaysia, for example, and then you accepted that, that's now blackmail too. Anytime he assists you in a crime, because he's kind of like a mafia fixer guy, now you owe him.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's how he stuck to a lot of people, favors and.
I think that's just part of the corporate world. They always have people to help them move money around and avoid taxes and just steal from sovereign wealth funds and brokerage firms that they have all these little side allocations of money, and they move money through shell companies just to buy stuff for personal aggrandizement that's supposed to be, speculating on oil futures or whatever they're supposed to do with it, but they always skim off the top and, fatten their own pockets. And there's always been outfits to do dirty work. So Goldman Sachs, Bear Stearns, Rothschild Bank, whatever, are going to go to these like organized crime outfits to do stuff with expendables that they don't want to do. It just happens that Epstein's also a child molester. And so he drew a lot of attention to himself from that. And then you find out all the other things he was doing through like liquid fund limiting, for example, moving commercial paper around. Like he was right in the middle of mortgage-backed security fraud, all that stuff. Thing is, very few people pay attention to white collar crime. I don't even think the public can understand how it works. So, but they would if the media would educate them about it.
Right. Yeah, man.
It's not that hard. It's like, okay, you have a sovereign wealth fund. That's just a state-created brokerage firm. It means they collect a bunch of money and they invest it on your behalf. So the proceeds from, say, investing, like if Norway or someone like a country that's got a lot of oil, it can be based on the sale of oil. It's pretty much guaranteed they're going to sell X amount a year, whatever. And then they can take that and reinvest that in things, supposedly safe things, and then pass on the profits to help the public. But it doesn't go to the public most of the time. Some of it might, but a lot of it goes to the middlemen in charge of moving the money around, and that's illegal, and they all do it. And Epstein, he has a way, like if you're getting prosecuted, he can go to the prosecutors who, he owns them. he's got blackmail on everybody. He's like, I really think it should be a minimal fine, and it will be. And he can collect a fee for his service, if you want to call it that. And the more like crooked individuals he can come in contact with, the better business it is for him. I can't wait for the subpoena of Les Wexner. Like, what's he going to say?
Yeah.
That's in 10 days.
Okay. And I mean, the Clintons have finally agreed to testify, and I mean, freaking Hillary Clinton's got her cock in her hand and says that, let the public watch it, let the public see it, watch me testify, right? So yeah, I mean, that probably means she won't say jack.
Well, if you look at a lot of the names, besides like Howard Lutnick and a few others, it's all Democrats, and that's because it's Trump's DOJ that decided what to release, what not to release, what to redact, what not to redact. And I understand Bill. I'm not defending Bill Clinton, but I do understand his point, saying I'm not going to some closed door session with a bunch of Republican kangaroo court. If we're going to do this, we're going to have cameras, and this is in the public interest, which is a way of him saying, you're not going to ask me if the cameras are on and the public can see. You can't ask me any real questions because you're going down with me. And he knows if he has the hearing and he makes it public, they can't go hard on him because he'll just flip it around and be like, well, you were there, Bill. You were there, John. Like they can't do anything.
Sure. That makes total sense, Ryan. Yeah.
Clinton always is a move ahead of these people. Slick Willie.
He's got experience, right? Bubba's got experience.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, yeah, he knows. He ought to be fried for the actions of the Clinton Foundation alone anyway. For all the stupid stuff he did when he was president.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they don't, it's like Monica Lewinsky actually helped him because that crime is so minor compared to the other things that he did. But that's the Clintons. Same thing with Hillary. They both belong in jail. It's pretty bad when your last name is a verb to mean kill somebody and blame it on suicide. Oh, they got Clinton.
That is absolutely true. Yeah.
It's like some of the suicides are done in such a ridiculous way. It's like they're giving the middle finger saying, yeah, we know that this is murder, but we're just going to say this anyway. Shot twice in the head, stuff like that.
How do you mean that Lewinsky helped Clinton? What did you mean by that?
Well, it's like this scandal, everything we focus on his sexual improprieties and not selling secrets to China and all that. Like it, and that's our culture's fault. They are obsessed with sex, gender, and race. It's the only thing that gets a rise out of them. Why that is, it's social conditioning. They've learned, through school mostly that the most evil thing in the world are isms, identity politics. Not, bombing Libya or bombing Bosnia in his case, or blowing up people in Yemen, Lebanon, Gaza. Nah, it's racism.
Right.
And it too. If someone were to blow up Africans like Obama and Biden did, they could get away with that. But if you said the N-word on TV, you'd lose your job immediately. And, he said the word. The word was said.
That's 2026 for you. Just fucking mad.
It's been like that since like 2012. I remember. You go to like, if you want to see liberal thinking, go to like slam poetry. It's all about race. You just want to puke in a bucket, like, oh fuck, another evil white straight male.
Yeah, gotcha. Do you want to talk about you being in the files? Do you want to get into that a little bit?
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Yeah, I'm in there. I think 11 or 2 pages, but it's only 11 times, and I think some of them are just duplicates, which is like, what? There's nothing added here. It's when but this is what's odd about it is that was last year. So this was way after Epstein was dead, because in one of the files, I'm talking about Virginia Giuffre's suicide. So it was after April of last year, which means, they were still compiling the files way after Pam Bondi said it's on my desk. So they were lying.
Oh, damn. That's interesting. And what's the pertinence of your emails or any content that you're in?
I guess because CC'd in it were some Epstein victims and stuff, and they were keeping track of all that. And I was saying, I'm not sure. I don't know why. It doesn't really need to be there. And it's nothing I haven't said openly. Actually, in the email, I said, I put this on Twitter, but I'll repeat it here. And then I just wrote the same thing I'd already put on Twitter. Like nothing was a secret.
Who were you emailing?
It was a group of people. It was Epstein victims and their lawyers and a couple media personalities. I didn't create the CC. Someone else did. I just hit reply to all of them because I was like, I don't know who all among you is doing this, but all you people that are saying Virginia was murdered, can you knock it off? Because you're scaring the shit out of the victims. Because I had people on Telegram and stuff crying and calling me all hysterical. And I'm like, because they think if she was murdered, they're next. They're all worried they're going to get killed. I said they didn't murder Virginia. If they were going to murder Virginia, that would have happened a long time ago, not after everything had calmed down. And they don't want to draw attention to this issue again. Trust me. It would make her book blow up. And it did. But she killed herself. She was depressed. She lost her kids. She had a suicide message. She took a whole box of pills. Her kidneys were failing her. She said that herself after the bus accident, which was not caused by the bus accident. The bus accident made her go to a hospital. The hospital figured out the condition of her kidneys, but that was caused by her taking pills all the time. She'd been self-medicating. I don't judge. The girl had been molested since she was 7 years old.
Dog, for sure.
It's whatever. But she'd had enough. And, I understand why people think it could be a murder because you are dealing with organized crime and they would off witnesses and things. Yep. But she already said everything. So knocking her off now would just give credence to everything she said. And it was done. I was like, the last thing they want is more attention on Virginia Giuffre. She could not handle not seeing her kids. And I understand that mother, that was everything. But she was abusing pills. And you have to admit that. And I talked to one of the people that actually found her in Perth, that the whole bottle of painkillers, she swallowed them all. I don't think there was murder. There's no evidence of murder. There's motive of people who hated her and everything, but there's nothing they could do without making it worse for themselves. And that's the thing. When you have a lot of knowledge, you better come out with it and big, because if you don't, they can snuff you out.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm not sure why that's in the file, though.
Okay. Fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's like that of all the work I did on Epstein, that could be in the file, it isn't. And that little comment, some comments I made about her suicide are in there. Okay. And I haven't even read them all. Because I just read it looked like duplicate. I'm like, okay. I'm really only in there like 5 times with like 6 copies. So,
okay. Is there?
It's creepy that they read my email. That's pretty weird. The FBI can just read your Gmails. That's weird.
Well, is that where they would have got it from yours?
It was from email. Yeah, I didn't email it to them.
Oh, okay.
No, how did they get it?
Okay.
Well, it means this is the thing, though. Hey, the FBI has read all my emails. I'm clear. No one came to charges with me for anything. And they've definitely dug through it.
For sure. Yeah.
I guess they know how much I hate Lindsey Graham. I hope so. This is my kind of like dream. Some Fed was reading all the Lindsey Graham jokes and was like, damn, that was a good one. Yeah. Shared it around the office.
This is a good shift. Yeah, had a good shift.
Lindsey Graham can suck peanut butter through a straw or whatever. Yeah.
Nice.
I like the more subtle ones. Like Lindsey Graham drinks bottled water with 2 hands. Because he gives you an image of it.
Nice. I like that. That's funny, actually.
Lindsey Graham uses the metric system. Because anyone that ain't American is gay.
Yeah. I saw a little clip about. I guess it was like an audio meeting group that you were in with an Epstein survivor recently, and I guess you wanted to clarify something, and they were kind of saying, "Oh well." Yeah, I guess they were giving you a hard time.
These people like
something.
they'll find some of these girls are fucked up in the head because of abuse.
Yeah,
and people are taking advantage of them for clout. Like, I have an Epstein survivor, and they get him to say,
I could just imagine.
Yeah, they get him to say the craziest shit. Like, I saw him turn into a lizard. Like, no, you didn't. And when you say stuff like that, you've discredited anything that might be true because you say these wild things. And I was telling them Epstein is not a Mossad agent. He's a Mossad asset. Right.
Yes.
They don't know that. You're like, you said he wasn't a Mossad agent. I was like, I said he's military. He said he was Israeli military intelligence asset. You don't know the difference between an agent and an asset. An agent is someone trained in espionage and hired on the payroll, officially part of the CIA or Mossad or whatever it is. An asset is somebody the agents get information from and work with and all, but they're not on the payroll and they're not trained by them or anything like that. He was an asset. They brought him in. Just be accurate with your language. And it wasn't Mossad. It was Israeli Defense Intelligence.
And was it the survivor?
They don't know that either. They think they don't know. Like, America has the CIA. Okay. Yep. They also have the DIA, the FBI, the NSA, military intelligence, of naval intelligence, army intelligence, all that. There's all these different groups, 17 different intelligence.
CIA first, right? And so that's
they just think CIA is all of it at once. State Department, that's CIA, FBI, CIA. And they think the same thing with Israel. They think all of their different networks are Mossad. Right. It's like, that's not Mossad.
Yeah.
Mossad's not that sloppy.
Fair enough. Yeah. Was it the survivor that was saying the inaccuracies?
No, it was some kook. They were like saying Epstein's still alive and all kinds of dumb shit.
Okay, like, that's come up.
Shut the fuck up. Like, you get these quacks on, and it's the same. It's the same, like 2 or 3 girls. And Alex Jones has had them on the show, and they're saying stuff like they're making babies in New Mexico. It's like, they do not have a DNA lab at Zorro Ranch. They don't. Do you know what that would entail to have like a secret lab where you're doing?
That's what I wanted to ask you about too.
Dude, no, it's not. They have a music room. That's what that palace was on the island. You know what was inside that blue and white building? A piano.
And the dental chair, right?
That was in Florida.
Dental chair in there? Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's fine. But it's like, they're like, there was tunnels. So like, you're already on an island. What do you need a tunnel for? None of the people that live there mentioned tunnels. You're just saying that because that was part of your Pizzagate conspiracy. Tunnels. It's just, there is no reason to make all this shit up and say like they ate babies' intestines on a boat. It's QAnon's that comes from a conspiracy website, by the way.
Okay. You
have very real data on very real crimes, and you're going, see, that's photoshopped. It's already been, like, that's not him.
Yeah. No, I know.
What do you think they did? A body swap? Like, they had a 66-year-old man's corpse that looked just like Jeffrey Epstein and threw that in the jail and wheeled him out in secret. And for what?
Yeah. No,
he's a total liability. You've already burned that asset. You can never use him again. He's got maximum heat on himself. He needed to die. There's no reason you need him to live. He's useless to you. That's not him.
It's
all over Twitter.
No, I know, Ryan. I'm just
I
showing.
I fucking hate AI too.
It's
so easy.
Ridiculous.
So easy.
People will
go to AI and say, take this photo, like, give him a beard, and then they're like, oh, look, and he's in Israel. And this is how you know that this propaganda is from the Israelis, because there's a 100% overlap between the people who say he's still alive and the people who say, and he's living in Israel. They did the same thing with September 11th, with the fucking airplane deniers would say Israel did it. Israel did it. Israel did have a role in 9/11, but and then Israel was running Epstein too. But they always associate it with Israel because they want the he's still alive crowd to be the he's in Israel crowd, so that when people criticize Israel, they look retarded. And that's on purpose.
Makes
Like, he's
sense.
definitely fucking dead. They did 2 autopsies. And the second one said he was murdered. And there's photographs of it. And you can see the photographic evidence of the gash on his neck is too thin to be from bed sheets. He had a broken bone in his neck. He was murdered. And they're so stupid. They didn't even murder him by bed sheet. It seems like he was murdered by a cable or something. A cord of some sort, which was available. And like, if you're gonna murder him and blame it on bedsheet hanging, you should at least choke him out with a bedsheet. But those things will rip. They're designed like that. No one in the jail believes this. Like that nobody believes he killed himself. But to say they like secretly got him out and put some other guy's body there is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And that I think that's like 50% of the people who don't think he killed himself think they smuggled him out. And I bet if you did a Venn diagram with those people and the people who think the earth might be flat and people who think a missile hit the Pentagon, it's like one big circle. They fall for everything. That's what they're doing. They're kukifying on one side, and the other one is they're blaming it on Russia. He couldn't even get a visa to go to Russia, but he's a Russian asset, huh?
That's funny.
It's so dumb.
We don't want to know Russia.
It makes me almost want to give up. I have this list of all these perverts the whole time, and I've been proven right, but they still don't want to listen to me. They're like, yeah, well, what about maybe he had a dead man switch? Maybe this isn't a fucking movie. He had no access to anything. They grabbed him in an airport, threw him in jail. He's not going home to do anything. He didn't have like, there's his body.
The body matches. Like, it's clearly him.
They're like, where's his tattoo? Yeah, he didn't have a fucking tattoo.
That fucking tattoo. Like, you think Epstein would have that fucking tattoo?
No.
Man.
They did do temporary tattoos when they did their little cheeky parties and stuff sometimes.
Oh, there you go.
He did not have that tattoo. It was not used to kill anyone.
Based on his neck, there should be some sort of like stain or a bit of blood or something.
Nothing.
Nothing. It looks like it was just tied and placed.
It looks like Tartaglia just made that and threw it on the bed. I remember. There were bottles on the bed that hadn't even fallen off. Like, so he's hanging and pulling on that and it doesn't shake.
That's right. And apparently he was only like an inch, or
his butt was just off the floor and he was sitting, he was like kneeling. So he just kneeled forward real hard and choked himself out. That would just make you pass out. There's bruising above the cord. Like, dude, there's bruises and cuts on his arms and hands. For what?
Do you think Tartaglione had something to do with it? I see here that he's trying to say
just the easiest way to kill him would just to get his roommate to do it. All you got to do is like, why do you think that guy is his roommate? They already picked who was going to kill him. That's why he's the roommate.
He's trying to say they wanted him dead too.
Well, he ain't, so that's not true. They wanted me dead. It's projection, man. It's always guilty of their own accusations. This dude, he was in like, he had him and a couple other bodybuilders were in their own little organized crime clique.
I was not protected, nor was Epstein. I truly believe that the government wanted both of us dead. Like, come on.
You're not protected. Look at you. Look at him. He's not a threat to you. You're a threat to everyone.
Yeah, like, come on. Ridiculous. Yeah, just
and he went to jail for strangling a guy to death.
Yeah, and then he shot 3 others, I think. Yeah,
he shot the other 3 and choked him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he choked him. Yeah, he zip line him, zip cord him to death or whatever. Zip tied him to death. Crazy.
I don't know if he used ties or just his hands or whatever, but he choked him to death. It's been a while since I looked at it. He's definitely large enough to just choke someone to death without anything.
Yeah.
he could.
Yeah. I had William Ramsey on yesterday, and he said that he used zip ties. So that's what I'm
He might have. I mean, I haven't looked at that report in a while.
So the reason that I brought up the Zorro Ranch baby farm, because I think Sean Atwood was streaming today talking about Zorro Ranch baby farm exposed.
I know, but I was the guest before it, and I was like, "There's no baby farm at Zorro." I just poured water on that fire. I know that's come from Julie Bryant and stuff. I know where this shit comes from. Like these.
Who's sorry, Julie Bryant?
She's like, she met Epstein when she's in her 20s, had some dates. He did try to pass her off on some Hollywood producer. Like he did try to farm her out. She wasn't raped or anything like that. She wasn't forced to do anything with anything other than him. But she's like, she believes in transhumanism. She thinks Epstein's a lizard person, like all kinds of dumb shit. And she's like, I think they stole my eggs because I woke up and I can't remember. I'm like, no, you more like you got drugged and molested. That's what happened. Like they didn't steal your eggs. They're not making baby farms. And that, do you know how hard that would be to do? To remove eggs and no one know? Like, how long were you out? Like it doesn't make sense. Like, woman, you don't know what you're talking about. They were like Jewish supremacists and believed in eugenics and all that, but they weren't farming eggs. Like what they were going to do for eugenics is just have Epstein impregnate people. In fact, Virginia was selected for that. That's why she left. She was down the snorkeling. I remember telling the story. She was snorkeling, and Glenn Maxwell comes down there all giddy. He's like, "Hooray!" And like, you get to have his baby, like she wanted to do, but she wasn't selected. And she's, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a mom yet. Like, I want to get my massage license in Thailand. You know, so they put her on a plane and sent her to school, and that's where she met Robert. And she got married and left and went to Australia and escaped. Her last text message from Epstein he just said, "Have a nice life." That was it. Cut her out. But they were going to put a baby in her because he liked that kind of blonde ballerina type, which she was at that age. That's what he wanted. They weren't extracting eggs and DNA and like doing designer babies in a secret lab full of scientists at Zorro Ranch. Do you know how impossible that would be to hide? That did not happen.
I think we would have heard more about that, right? Is that fair to say?
You need specialists. You need equipment. This is all just based on some Fruit Loop that thinks people turn into lizards. They took my egg. No one took your eggs. I've been really nice and be like, okay, you know, because when someone's been abused and they say crazy stuff, I just, okay, you know, I'm not going to tease them about it. But if they're going to go on shows and say this, it discredits all the other girls. Yeah, so Michael Tracy was sees on that. Listen what this one said. I'm like, oh, I know which one that is. But you look at the lawsuits from J.P. Morgan and Deutsche Bank, and they had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to hundreds of victims. You cannot just cherry pick 2 or 3 nutty ones and be like, see, all girls lie. You know, and it's Bryant and Ransom. Like they're both liars. Yeah, but that does not discredit everyone else involved. Plus, their own communications confirm it. Getting pictures of 11-year-olds and things like that. Jess Staley banged someone twice as soon as she put the costume on, meaning Snow White, because we have another email where he asked about it. These guys are lecherous perverts, but every time some girl makes up some dumb shit, it's like, would you stop? Because now no one's going to believe anything else. The best thing you could do is shut the fuck up. No one turn into a lizard in front of you. Are you on drugs?
Who's saying that?
Julia Bryant. Like, it's just all the same girl, the same one that thinks there's baby farms. And they're all like, well, an Epstein survivor said this. Like, it's all the same girl. And of course, Alex Jones gets her to say that on his show.
Oh, great.
I heard her whole story. Then she was saying that stuff to me. She also believes in numerology and all that stuff too. And I said, please don't repeat that. I was giving her explanations though. Well, why didn't this? And I just tell her why. Oh, wow, you're really smart. I was like, well, it's not actually, you don't have to be that smart to answer these things, but I got to throw her under the bus, man. Like, she's talking nonsense.
That's unfortunate.
These people don't know the difference between an asset and an agent. I'm the one that put that together before anybody. I was telling people that he worked for the Israelis back in 2007, 19 years ago, before a lot of them even met Epstein. It's clear because the Wexner Foundation was created by Israeli partisans, and that was his principal financer. And you look at all the rest of them, and you look at whose LLCs are donating money to Friends of Israel, the IDF, all that, it's not the Russians. He worked for Israel. He did business with the Rothschilds. He did business with the Bronfmans. He did business with Wexner. It's like all these prominent Jewish billionaires are in his Rolodex. How come? Because they're criminals. And he was a guy that could do it, and they weren't going to prosecute him. He had Clinton, so Clinton's FBI isn't going to do anything. So that whole time period to just do whatever, and everybody went to him to facilitate their crimes because they knew he was untouchable, and he was. And when he finally got popped for raping 14-year-olds in Florida, he just ends up with this sweetheart deal on work release and went right back to business as soon as he got out.
Right.
He had bankers visiting him while he's in prison. He was only in prison like on Sundays at nighttime.
Don't roll on Shabbos, man.
In fact, when he first got out, they're like, how do you feel? And he said, what'd he say? Young, firm, and creamy, or something like that.
Damn.
First thing he did. Yeah.
Do you think he was expecting to get out again?
He's arrogant enough to believe that. He had enough leverage over people to do a plea bargain, but they were like, you're dead. We're not gonna give our names out.
We got to end this now.
And it's really plausible. I agree with Mark Epstein, actually, only on this, nothing else. Trump probably had him killed because he had everything on Trump. Trump's president. So he's like, oh, yeah. Remember when you guys were laughing because I was crying under the covers because Trump was broke and Wexner, and then we're burying him. But then he pulled off some money from his hotels and his reality TV show. Then he became president, and he had Epstein arrested, thrown in jail, and murdered. Revenge. Very Trumpy.
Very Trumpy. Sure. Yeah.
He is like a mob boss. I mean, he worked with mob figures in New York. Trump is not. He's a ruthless guy. Epstein even said that. He said, all these people are super dangerous, but none of them are as dangerous as Trump. I mean, he worked with Tony Salerno, Bob Labouty, Russian gangsters, New York gangsters. That's Trump. And he still became president twice. Now, why doesn't the opposition party call him out on these things? They can't, because they do the same things.
They do the same things, yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading about one email that after Epstein was invited to Israel, he rejected the invite, saying, I do not like Israel at all. Is that true? Do you know if that's true, or do you know if he actually didn't like Israel?
It's the opposite. He wanted to go to Israel to flee his prosecution, and they told him no, because they're like, we're going to get all your cohorts immunity. It's better to go ahead and do it. Serve your time a little bit. It won't be much, but everyone, and they're all protected still.
Okay.
People we fucking know we're doing this have immunity thanks to the deal between Barry Kushner and Dershowitz, 2 ADL award recipients. What a kosher sandwich. The prosecutor and the defense attorney work for the same cabal. That's Florida.
So what are some of the more interesting things that you've revelations you've come across?
Did you see the mail from the Chinese? They wasn't from the Chinese, but they were talking about how someone's secretary was fluent, I guess, in Cantonese and Mandarin. Then he looked at her and she would tell them, like, the Chinese will smile in your face while they're saying, beware of the Jewish dog.
Okay. No, I didn't see that. No.
They just say, you're not American. You're like, you're a Jewish dog. And we know. That's kind of that's insightful of how China views foreign politics. Like, well, who are we talking to? You or the Jew behind you? That's how they viewed it. That probably just meant Israeli influence is what it means. But
question from the audience: why is it so important to kill Epstein but keep Maxwell alive and happy?
They killed Epstein, and I think they killed Jean-Luc Brunel too, because he had a mysterious suicide in his prison in France. The thing is, with Maxwell doesn't know all the white collar crime that Epstein was doing. She's very well aware of all the prostitution and the grooming and the ladies part, but as far as the money laundering, she's too stupid to know about any of that. She just knows he's like, watches math. Like, she's dumb. Killing her after so much attention was on Epstein and Brunel. Less so on Brunel because people didn't know him, but in Europe it was a big deal. It's virtually impossible. Like, they're like, look, we killed your father, we killed your boyfriend. If you don't shut your mouth, you're gonna have an accident too. But it would have been very hard to get the public to stomach another suicide of a third and the last person in Epstein ring. So she just sat there quiet. And the other thing is, who's she going to talk to? The media's not going to say it anyway. They'll blame the Russians. Who's she supposed to say anything to? If she said anything to anybody and that person go, okay, look, she's talking, and then she's dead. Because her side isn't going to be in the media. Whoever talks to her is just going to listen to her. And if she says anything against the people in charge, they'll get a kill order. So she just sits there playing. I never brought anybody to Epstein underage. She actually said that. She's just like, I just found professionals to do professional jobs. Like, really? Masseuses? Did you get professional masseuses? Or did you go around high schools and poach little kids? Like, she definitely did. She's definitely guilty. But she will just deny, as she do. But if you were her and you'd seen Epstein get killed and you saw Brunel get killed, are you going to open your mouth? No. And she hasn't. If she does, they will kill her.
Fair enough. Well, there you go.
Well, they'll say she died of COVID or whatever. Like, they'll have something, but they'll get rid of
her. Who do you see next on the chopping block? Have you made any predictions?
I think Peter Mandelson, they raided his property, so
right, yeah.
He's got fired already. The most heat. Larry Summers had to retire. He's like the only American that got in trouble. Foreign Minister of Slovakia had to resign. There are people that left universities and things like that. But for political figures, it's Mandelson and it's Summers. But in an arena of just public opinion, like Bill Gates is fried. He can't do anything. Microsoft went down like 9%.
Oh, did it? I didn't even think to check that.
Yeah, it's fun. Exactly. He's cooked and he's been subpoenaed. Les Wexner's had to sell his businesses and things. Leon Black is no longer a chairman. So there's been some mild punishment. Of course, the big ones like Prince Andrew already had to pay out $16 million. And now he's losing his titles. He might get kicked out of his house, which is good on the British. I mean, they're actually doing something. I think Keir Starmer, because of his role in allowing Jimmy Savile, like he gets a second try here, he better not let go of Peter Mandelson. Like, you better
Who's
prosecute.
Who's that Starmer?
Keir Starmer, yeah, because he's with what they call it, CPS. They allowed Jimmy Savile. They all knew what he was doing, and they didn't investigate him. And that's partly his fault. And the public there is, fed up with pedophiles.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason they can go after Peter is because of that emails informing Epstein of the bailout the night before they were going to do it, which allows him to speculate and do insider trading. That's illegal. So they can get him on that. It might be secretly motivated by, we all know what they did, whether he's gay or not. They're all into kids. So that might be the public, outcry more than his white collar crime. But it's kind of like a combo. He did both. So he's in deep shit. These other people, they swore, like Lutnick swore he didn't associate with them after the first arrest. That's not true. They went into a company together in 2012. He's still emailing him for dinner and stuff in 2018. So you got these people like, you're a liar. You continue to associate and do business with a known pedophile. But that's not illegal. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, it's just.
But again, lets you think, why would you do that? What were you doing down there? And anybody that went to the island, there's only one reason to go down to a private island and meet in person with Jeffrey Epstein.
Fair enough, man.
And that's not proof. Oh, you went there. Well, what went on there? Nobody knows. Like, but you do know. Yeah. We know.
You got Elon Musk asking, what is the craziest night?
The wildest party night, right?
Wildest night. So, like, he knows, right? He knows, like, I don't want to quiet.
Yeah, you think he ought to know, but he might have Asperger's so bad that he didn't get it. Because there's another, for real, there's another email saying, hey, I've got some UN diplomats, and he says, I own 2 companies and so I'm going to New York, and this would be a waste of my time. And Epstein's like, do you think I'm retarded? It's a bunch of cute girls all under 25. Like, he had to spell it out. Elon didn't get it. He didn't understand.
Really?
What he meant. So he's so autistic. Like, he's actually autistic. It's not like internet autism. Like, he has autism.
Yeah. No.
So he really might be that naive. Like, well, he didn't say there was a kid. Like, he doesn't get hints and social cues at all. He can't. So it's possible he didn't know. If he didn't have autism, be like, dude, no one's that fucking ignorant. Like, what he's talking about. But right. if your brain works like that, maybe you don't. I don't know. Autism, it's like, it depends how far on the spectrum you are. Some people can't even talk, so I don't know. You look at Elon and you're like, yeah, he's
himself properly.
It's possible he doesn't know what's going on. Him and Zuckerberg drink water in the weirdest way. They're like little 2 licks and then down.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing? Do you sippy that? How long does that take? All day to drink like this much water? I don't know.
Ridiculous.
It's like a glitch. A glitch in the simulation. Who knows? That's a joke. You have to say that because there are people who really believe that now. Something else.
Yeah. Wild shit. Wild.
Yeah, I have to go in a few minutes. Like, yeah, man. But the Elon does have plausible deniability, and his autism may have saved him because he didn't know. Because I think he would have gone, given the fact that he's got a bunch of baby mamas and he's addicted to ketamine. And that, I think he would have partied, but he didn't. And so he can say, "Well, I didn't go." And he had an exchange with Reid Hoffman. He says the difference between me and you is you went and I didn't. And maybe the first time you can play like, oh gosh, I just thought it was like a regular party with regular escorts. Because rich people do bang hookers. Everyone knows this. But you couldn't say that the second time. or the third time. Like once you've gone, you know what it is. So if you went back, you can't act like I had no idea that was about to happen. And Reed did go back, and Epstein apparently, or Elon never went. He says, but he did meet Epstein in other locations, not on the island. But there's photos of them. Looks like they're eating lunch or dinner or something. So there is that.
Where, like at the same table? Not the same.
I think Epstein went to him. There's some sciencey thing. They were there.
That's the Edge Billionaires dinner. I think it's the Edge.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been looking at so many files. Like I'm not trying to memorize them. I'm like, well, I have it, so I can look it up whenever. Yeah. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Right now we're in the people are retiring phase. It started with some property raids now. I think they need to raid Les Wexner. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like Trump better throw some guys under the bus or he's going to lose the midterms.
Raid his panty drawer. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. You got it.
I have a list of people whose phones you need to take, but they're not doing it. And I think it's weird that they put all this heat on people like the Tate brothers and Matt Gaetz and Kavanaugh and people they accused of rape, and they seized all their stuff, took all that, and they had nothing. It's like, okay, now do that to the Clintons. Oh, you ain't gonna do that. Go take Bill Gates's phone. They haven't done that. Like, you know why? Because you already know what he did.
You were at the party.
So it's like the Iron Sheik story. Vince McMahon brought him in, and because he had tested positive he goes, Sheik, I got some bad news for you, pal. Says here you tested positive for cocaine. He goes, positive. That's good, right? He said, no, Sheik, no, that's not good. He goes, well, did Junkyard Dog and Tina Samotera or whatever they did, were they positive? He says, no, they were clean. He goes, that's weird. They were doing the cocaine with me. That's kind of the thing. It's like, I know you were at the dinner. I sat next to you. It's like that. And I got my wrestling reference, as I do on all your shows.
Props to you, man. Well, before you go, please let everyone know where they can find you, Ryan.
You can get the gear at antineocon.com. You can read all the articles, videos, and podcasts. RyanDawson.org. It's org, not com. RyanDawson.org. My closing statement: don't fuck kids.
Don't fucking do it, man. All right, buddy. Thanks for your time. We'll get you back soon for a deeper talk. But you enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless.
Thanks so much, man. And favorite meme now. My third favorite meme was always the universe one or the Milky Way. It says you're here paying taxes to pedophiles. There's another one from I think it's the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He goes, man, the Congress are fucking childish, or they're fucking children. And she says, yeah, they're childish, aren't they? And he just stares at her. No, they're fucking children. As a verb. Peace.
That one. Peace, man. Ryan Dawson, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys. That does it. We a little bit of a short one today, but that's okay. We got more coming. We will get Ryan back near the end of the month. We'll have to do because we are really booked up this month. We have the Super Bowl tomorrow. We're taking the day off. Monday, we got Ollie Demigard coming on. On the 10th, we are still working that out. We might have Mike King coming on. On the 11th, we have Travis Misurel coming on. Let me just double check about the 12th. Yep. 12th, we have Jake Angeli Chansley coming on, also formerly known as the Q Shaman. We have on the 14th, we have Hadsburg Jolly West coming on. He's going to share some personal stories related to some pretty wild topics. 16th, we got Brad Binkley coming back. 17th, we got Lindsay Sherman coming on. And on the 19th, we got Raw Egg Nationalist coming on. So that's what we got so far. We got a lot going on. It's going to be fucking awesome. I just want to thank all the viewers, all the listeners, all the subscribers, all the supporters. Things are looking up since I got the show back on track. I'm having a good time, meeting a lot of great people and meeting a lot of great supporters. And yeah, I do it for you guys. So please, if there's anything I could do to make things better, please let me know. If you haven't done it already, please go to YouTube and subscribe to the Divulgence Podcast. You could also subscribe to us on Rumble. You could also get us on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and throw in some thumbs up, some 5-star reviews, some nice comments. Goes a long way, and it's much appreciated. We're trying to get monetized here on YouTube as of right now. Not that I'm trying to do things for money. Right now, I'm just doing it for fun, doing it to learn. But yeah, if you could watch, if you can make a point to be watching all your videos on YouTube for the next couple weeks, that'd be much appreciated. Get our hourly view up. That would be much appreciated. So yeah, I think that's about it. Other than, of course, the Scott Horton Academy is now open. And if you want a discount on that, we are affiliated with them. Go to the Scott Horton Academy. Sorry, not the, just scotthortonacademy.com/divulgence. And that will give you a nice discount on a 1-year membership or a lifetime membership. Yeah, make sure to go check it out. I've had Scott on a few times. He's a great guest. He's a brilliant mind. And I know he has a lot to offer there. So, yeah, thanks to everyone again in the chat, audience, listeners, viewers. We have a lot going on in February. It's going to be a great month. And wishing you all the best. Take care and be safe out there. Cheers.